the people, and if you didn't already know and you're living under a rock, Brock Lesnar won the WWE title at day 1. He defeated the 4 other guys, and now somehow he's WWE champion. So I'm gonna book him. Other videos were planned. Whenever Brock Lesnar does something, the plans go aside, and Brock Lesnar's the main star. Anyways, let's start off. Now you might be watching this after Raw happened, but for me Raw hasn't happened, so I'm gonna book it. So we start off with Monday Night Raw.
And SmackDown sucks. It's almost as bad as Raw.
And Brock Lesnar comes out. He's saying how Roman didn't get the virus, Roman Reigns wouldn't be champion anymore, Brock would anyways be champion, so nothing's changed. Brock is gonna come after Roman Reigns for that title, and Brock will be a double champion, both the Universal and the WWE champion. He's saying how for Roman Reigns it was a blessing in disguise, as he would have defeated Roman Reigns if he didn't get. And he gets interrupted by MVP. He announces that Bobby Lashley will not come on TV for the next month because he's in hard preparation at his hometown. He's preparing for the Royal Rumble. He's going to win it and face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But then out comes Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens and Big E. They all say they won their rematch because Brock was unfairly added to the match that they four were supposed to compete in. Now as the chaos builds, Adam Pearce comes out. He says that Brock Lesnar will take on Big E at the Royal Rumble one-on-one, as Big E was WWE champion and deserves the rematch clause. As for Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, they'll be added in the Elimination Chamber along with Bobby Lashley. Now MVP says no. Bobby Lashley won't be in the Elimination Chamber. He won't need to be in the Elimination Chamber because Bobby Lashley's going to win the Royal Rumble and he's going to face Lesnar at WrestleMania. And that's not a prediction, but it's a spoiler. And Lashley's then removed from the Elimination Chamber and replaced by Edge and Finn Balor.
Finn, how's it going, man?
Lashley enters the Royal Rumble at the number 14 spot. Decimating 10 men and gathering 10 eliminations. The last 7 men in the Royal Rumble are Matt Riddle, Randy Orton,
Beat Randy Orton.
Omos, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Riddle and Randy start working on AJ Styles and try to eliminate him. But from behind, Randy Orton betrays Matt Riddle, throwing him out of the Royal Rumble and eliminating him. Matt Riddle is furious, but from behind, Randy gets eliminated by Omos and Riddle starts laughing at him. He starts teasing Randy Orton. Why do you eliminate me? That made no sense. You got eliminated yourself. Now it's 5 men and Omos is one of them. So everyone targets Omos. But Omos makes quick work of all of them and he lays them all out inside the ring. He then sees AJ Styles, smirks and goes to attack him. But from behind, Bobby Lashley hits a chop block, takes him on his shoulders, tosses him out of the ring, fist bumps AJ Styles, and wow, what a Royal Rumble moment it is. Bobby Lashley then goes to eliminate Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre eliminates AJ Styles.
That's cap! Totally cap! That means lie!
The last 2 men are Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. The 2 men who are rumored to get matches at WrestleMania. They start going at it against each other and start punching each other, throwing lefts, throwing rights. It eventually comes down to Bobby Lashley hanging on the ropes. Drew is gonna hit a Claymore, but it's reversed by Lashley as he picks up Drew on his back, hits an F5, throwing him outside the ring and winning the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley is your 2021 Men's Royal Rumble winner, and what a way to win with an F5, showing who he wants to face at WrestleMania. It's no nonsense as Lashley grabs a mic after the match. He says, yeah, I've won the Rumble, it's my moment and stuff like that, but I challenge Brock Lesnar to a match at the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. It's Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. The match is set. But first is the Elimination Chamber. Will Brock Lesnar get through as WWE Champion? He will, as he decimates all 5 men. He only eliminates 4 as Kevin Owens eliminates Seth Rollins, betraying him, adding to that story. The last 2 men in the Elimination Chamber are Edge and Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar defeats Edge. They go at it for like 10 minutes, but Brock Lesnar retains the WWE Championship and is still champion and can go on to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. The match next week is between the Hurt Business without Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, with MVP surprisingly in the match, and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin versus Brock Lesnar. MVP thinks he'll have to do nothing. Cedric and Shelton will handle it as they go after Brock Lesnar's leg, but doesn't really help out as he laughs at both of them. He carries them on his back, hits an F5 on Shelton, hits an F5 on Cedric, and it's alone MVP and Brock Lesnar. MVP is scared for his life. He doesn't want to be hit by an F5, and out comes Bobby Lashley. They start brawling. They need men to separate them, but nobody can. They keep hitting each other. They give rights, they give lefts. Both busted open, both bleeding, until the entire locker room has to come to separate them. But that isn't enough as they haul men aside to hit each other, to punch each other. They then are taken to backstage. Security and the police have to come to separate these two. The show ends with both bleeding and busted open, looking to just hurt each other and hit each other. The following week on Raw, they are in the main event, but not how you think. They aren't in the Raw Stadium, but instead they're outside the Performance Center, and it's a weigh-in with fans coming around to see this said weigh-in. Now, they show each other, they show their physique, they hype up the match and stuff like that, showing their muscles bulking up, showing the physique, and just how a normal weigh-in goes. They hype up their match at WrestleMania and they give words about each other and stuff like that. That's the main focus in this weigh-in. Now this weigh-in draws in a lot of views. Okay, let's assume that. And Vince McMahon decides a rule where these two cannot touch each other before their match at WrestleMania. The match will be no holds barred. He sees how personal and money making this match could be, so he makes a no holds barred for the WWE title. Now the following week, since they can't touch each other, they have a promo battle in which MVP says, "You're nothing without Paul Heyman. You can't even talk on the mic. You aren't a legit champion without Paul Heyman. Yes, you have the physique and all, but Bobby Lashley has that as well. You can't talk without Paul Heyman. You can't do anything without Paul Heyman. You couldn't even beat Roman Reigns without Paul Heyman." And he tells Brock Lesnar that he needs Paul Heyman in his corner. Then Lesnar just starts laughing. He says, "You really think I need someone? I'm going to kill Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, and if I wanted to, I'd kill you right now." He also says that Roman, he's lucky he could have even faked it. That's how scared he was of me. Because it wasn't me who was scared of Roman Reigns, it was Roman Reigns who was scared of me. Let's hope Bobby Lashley doesn't have to go to that length. And this angers MVP. Brock Lesnar ends by saying, "Yes, you may have your lackeys, Bobby Lashley has you, but even I have a friend in my corner." And Shelton Benjamin, who has a steel chair in his hand, just whacks MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Cedric Alexander with it, showing where his true alliance lies. He's now in his friend Brock Lesnar's corner. They were friends in the past and they're still friends now. The match is set and you were either Team Brock or Team Bobby. The stadium was assumingly sold out because it's a big match, and this match goes on for 14 minutes. It's an absolute car crash at ringside. They start off with rights against each other. They start punching each other, they start throwing rights, and Brock Lesnar ends up getting the upper hand. But MVP throws in a chair for Bobby Lashley, which he uses to hit Brock Lesnar. We get a spear through the barricade, similarly to the one we saw at day 1. We get an F5 through the table, and we get many cool spots. Weapons are used here, baseball bats, steel chairs, the normal stuff, the cool stuff. And the ringside is a car crash. Now we come to the end of the match. 12 minutes later, both busted open, but Lesnar on the top rope. He's looking for a shooting star press. He's gonna go to hit it, but wait, Bobby Lashley, he runs up. He hits a superplex. MVP then sets 2 tables for Bobby Lashley. The ring is broken, but he sets 2 tables in the ring. Bobby Lashley, he's got Lesnar up. He's gonna put him to the tables. But wait, Lesnar reverses. Lesnar is going for the F5. As MVP comes in the ring, he causes a distraction, but Shelton Benjamin starts beating him up. But this was a distraction good enough as Bobby Lashley is back down. Bobby Lashley hits the Hurt Lock. Lesnar just powers through, but he takes him on his shoulders, hits an F5 to Brock Lesnar. Lesnar comes crashing through 2 tables, and Bobby Lashley pins him 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley has won the WWE Championship for the 2nd time, and he is now once again your WWE Champion. So many feuds pending. So many feuds that Bobby Lashley had to be part of, and he's WWE Champion once again, defeating Brock Lesnar. What a way to end night 1 with Bobby Lashley, your new WWE Champion.